It's me again. I need someone to be my friend. Someone who won't run away. Maybe send me an angel. The nicest angel you have.
もう走らない走らない。みんな俺の前派にさ
うるせえ。だちょっと。わらわらわらわらわらわらわらわらわらわら。
In our world, apparitions, or phantoms, linger above us and come from the stress of our everyday lives. It's up to the gods of our world to help take care of them and to keep us from harm. Enter Yato, a lesser deity who's just lost his partner Tomoe. Down on his luck and a shrineless, Yato is a homeless god, but one day he wishes to be rich and famous with his own little shrine. Yet one day while he's trying to find a cat, a normal girl named Hiyori protects him and gets hit by a bus. Girls named Hiyori getting hit by large motor vehicles was a thing in 2014, wasn't it? Anyways, Hiyori soon becomes unable to keep in her own body and asks Yato to fix her. However, he can't without a regalia partner. One night, along with Hiyori's help, he finds and creates Yukine, and thus our adventure begins.
You have made a wish, and it's been heard loud and clear.
It seems our ventures into the supernatural are never done around this podcast. Yet, Noragami finds its way into being one of the better done ones. Though many fans will cry foul for copying a concept like Soul Eater, it does something much more different with its weapon characters. In fact, there are far more rules and stigmas and stereotypes. It also serves as a fun introduction into the realm of Japanese mythology. One can learn a lot about Shinto mythology through Noragami without it aggressively beating over the head. The mythology only serves as an inspiration rather than the strict themes of the show. A lot of Noragami's strengths and themes come from how just damn awesome the characters are.
Makes more sense for him to stay with me than with you. You don't have a place to live or what even resembles any sort of stable life. It's all like girlfriends, affairs, and friends with benefits. You're depraved, irresponsible, and unfit to be anyone's guardian. Yukine is obviously better off in my care. You'll just corrupt him.
I like Hiyori a lot. She's a fun and energetic girl with a good head on her shoulders and a massive heart in her chest. She's not really a ditzy lead like a lot of supernatural shows could make her, or just super smart, and she still finds herself in a lot of trouble. She's kind of like the heart of the main trio. Despite being super into wrestling and trying to balance her life, she's always there for Yato and Yukine and even serves a lot as their moral compass. Though Yukine was once human and Yato's a god, so he doesn't obey human rules, it's Hiyori that pulls them together into what becomes a very odd ragtag family. Yukine is a far more decisive character, however. Though his attitude is toned down far more compared to his monk counterpart, he's still either a love it or hate them type of character at the start, with his bad attitude and seemingly whiny disposition. And yes, Yukine does a lot of really bad things, but that's part of the story. However, I really liked his arc. He's still a scared little kid who knows he'll never grow up, and knows that most people will forget him. Mainly Hiyori, because Hiyori is still human, and he is dead. I was very happy that a majority of this first season followed and focused on his struggle, without neglecting the development for the other two members of the main trio. Watching his arc shows the careful planning that Studio Bones put into the series. By the time we reached the culmination of that arc, it was a good 9 episodes into the series, 3/4 out of the total 12 episode run. And yeah, before you asked, I was totally bawling like a baby over episode 9. It's not like in either language I like the seiyuu or the voice actor or anything, guys. I mean, it's not like Yuki Kaji and Micah Solusad have ripped my heart out on multiple occasions over the last couple of years.
Oh. Well, how about that? Hello there. Ah! I'm not spying on you, I swear!
Yato, meanwhile, is an intriguing lead. He's funny and nonsensical while being also completely menacing at the same time. One minute he's Yato, Lord of the Trash, and next he's ready to whoop some ass. I also really enjoy how subtle his character development can be. Like I've said, a lot of the first 9 episodes of Noragami focus on Yukine's struggle, while Yato and Hiyori were always developed around that. The anime's last 2 episodes, as well as moments with characters like Nora, Kazuma, and Kofuku, tease how fearsome Yato can be and develop his character. And while the last 2 episodes of the anime were only filler in a sense, they did great work to show the 2 sides of Yato and his fears. Speaking of the side cast, they're all great. From Yato's seemingly ex-wife relationship with Mayu and his funny relationship with Tenjin, to the odd family that forms with the diabetes-inducing Kofuku and Big Papa Daikoku, it's never a boring moment in this series. However, if one god was to get the shaft in this show, it would be Bishaimon. Bishaimon is a fucking badass! She's the god of war, sexy, sleek, and basically there for like 2 episodes to set up something further that would totally happen in another season if it ever happened. There are also some times I'd even like to see more of Daikoku and Kofuku so that they'd become more than just little side characters and comic relief. In regards to the character of Nora, I both love and hate the little girl. As a character, she serves as a great villainous force and serves as a good thematic counterpoint. I've heard of her being compared to a very much like a toxic ex-girlfriend, and that's a fair statement. She's almost always trying to get Yato back or trying to mess with Yukine, clinging around and appearing like out of fucking nowhere. That being said, her trying to kill Hiyori and get rid of Yukine makes me want to punch her little ass to the sun next to Alois from Black Butler. She is also super fucking creepy, like I've said, appearing out of nowhere with her little innocent eyes and tattooed arms, staring at you with both hands on her chin. And just having her in that voice makes me wanna whoo shake! But this does bring me to what I think Noragami is all about. At the end of the day, Noragami is as much about mythology as it is about the things that tie and bind us to each other.
Get out at last. You can't go back over to that side. This is your existence. You'll never belong where you used to anymore. Why are you ignoring me? Hey! 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 Now you can finally see what it is you really want. But you also know that it can never be yours again.
It's about what it is to lose those things and to gain them. Things that we take for granted, such as names and friendships, is at the core of its emotional story. It's that tale that keeps viewers enthralled because it's as emotional as it is fucking hilarious. Cause face it, Yato is fucking hilarious. The visual humor is all there. But Noragami is a series that can make you cry like a small child 1 second and then laugh like somebody has told you the best joke in the world. And visually, Bones isn't slouching as a studio. I love how Noragami has a great sense of color. It's not something you think about much when you watch anime. Shown mostly in its kick-ass opening Goya no Michiwais, you can see that they wanted the show to really stand out. The color is most prominent in the striking eyes that most of the Noragami characters have. It was that original artwork with such striking eyes that drew me to watch the series in the first place.
What's wrong with you guys lately?
Oh, there you are! I've been looking for you too. Just so you don't forget, you owe me money too.
I feel like they adapted the original manga style very well, with maybe a little bit of the softness in the characters' faces lost. And before I mention it, the soundtrack is fucking awesome too, and the song Heart Realized by Tia does serve as a very beautiful ending theme. If Noragami did have one big flaw, it was its last 3 episodes. Set as an anime story only, it serves only to really characterize Yato. Now, a year ago, if I had been reviewing this, I would have said that was a very glaring flaw. But in the summer of 2015, a second season named Noragami Aragoto was announced, and it will be talked about at the conclusion of its broadcast dub. Speaking of a dub, if I would have talked about this a year ago, there would be no dub!
Are you insane?
No more fighting!
The dub is fucking amazing, but that's what you get when you put King of the Hype Train Mike McFarlane in the director's chair. Bryn April gets to show off her leading lady pipes as Hiyori, and shows why she's one of the fastest rising female leads at Funimation. Jason LeBrecq can show off his ability to both be whimsical goof and deadly killer, very much like his character of Train from Black Cat. Alexis Tifkin's Kofuku is audio diabetes and blends well with Ian Sinclair's Daikoku. Because the first season is very light on Bishaimon, I can't say much about Elizabeth Maxwell's performance other than it left me wanting a lot more. Lauren Landa does an amazing job as creepy little Nora. And we all know how I feel about Micah Solasad, so we know I turned into a crying mess as I mentioned before. But by far, the biggest standout on the cast is Eric Vale's Kazuma. Sometime before 2015, I forgot how crazy of a range Eric Vale has. From Yuki Soma to Trunks to fucking Shinnot and Farid, Kazuma is another one of Veil's greatest roles. And if you're a person who just enjoys the sub only, you can't go wrong with a cast that includes the like of Hiroshi Kamiya, Jun Fukuyama, and Yuki Kaji in its lineup.
This girl's too ill-mannered to even offer a bow. Ignore her.
Okay.
Now then, let's get back to your reports.
Overall, Noragami earns a spot of being one of 2014's best anime. For being funny, visually appealing, and also downright emotional at times, it's one of the series that you should think about picking up on DVD. And currently, the first season is available on DVD from Funimation, and the original manga is available from Kodansha. If you're interested in streaming the Japanese, it's also available on Funimation's website, and the second season is currently airing as of the point of this recording in December. I'm Megan, and your review request has been heard loud and clear, so please leave me that 5 yen. I want to afford hands too.
You've made a wish, and it's been heard loud and clear. Yoriiki, may our fates forever intertwine.
Hey, we got a website. You should check it out. Link is in the description box down below. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr, so follow us. Be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe to Anime America Podcast for more awesome reviews. If you're interested in anything in pop culture, check out our other awesome channel, Pop Spectrum. You'll be glad you did. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned to Anime America.